no one knows. No one knows. We all woke up in a upside down, turning inside out, like we've all been led astray. We've been standing on the outside in, trying to find our friends, like we're all just castaways. Feel like we've been missing out.
Look, all fiction is based on some truth, right? What does Miss Berg teach us in English 101?
Write what you know. How do we know this writer guy, Jack Finney, didn't encounter aliens in his high school, which led him to write a book about an alien invasion?
Your conspiracy theory is flawed.
How so?
Jack Finney's The Body Snatchers is a blatant ripoff of The Puppet Masters by Robert Heinlein.
The point is, they're here, they've been here, and they're here again.
Look, how do you know there's not a conspiracy? Look, maybe the X-Files is right. You know, where do all these movies come from anyway? How do we know Spielberg, Lucas, Sonnenfeld, Emmerich haven't been visited by aliens? You know, maybe they're aliens themselves. Maybe they're simply preparing us for what's to come.
You know what, Casey? It's fiction, okay? It's science fiction.
Exactly.
Everybody gets hung up on the science part, which has nothing to do with it. They're getting at us to the fiction.
So, aliens have just been setting us up over the years, creating this happy little make-believe existence with their ET and their Men in Black movies, just so that nobody would believe it if it really happened.
I think so. Okay, so what's missing?
Well, in The Body Snatchers, they were pods, but where are they? And where are the pods?
There are no pods. There's gotta be something else.
In Puppet Masters, they were parasites.
The forest is not safe at this time, especially for you.
But what was that thing you saved me from?
A monstrous creature. It is a terrible crime to slay a unicorn. Drinking the blood of a unicorn will keep you alive even if you are an inch from death. But at a terrible price. You have slain something so pure that from the moment the blood touches your lips, you will have a half-life. A cursed life.
Who would choose such a life?
See it.
Vampire.
Hey there, Ricky Leaks fam. This is Lexi, and I am back with another series of 7 video where we cover fiction and how it is melting into our real life without us even knowing about it. So I want to welcome you to, or I want to welcome our guest, Curtis Don Vito, our heavy metal buddy over at Ricky Leaks, to the show. Hi, Curtis.
Hello. Good to be here.
Thanks for coming
I get to
on.
see you while we talk. This is a first.
Isn't it so creepy? I love it. You're always my
off-putting, but seeing you isn't.
Oh, thanks.
I'm just used to
I
talking
get
on
you.
the phone.
I know. No, you're actually my laundry
I don't
folding
use cell
buddy.
Phones. We could put that out there right away. I don't use cell phones.
Yes,
But,
I.
Was this
always-
not something you want to reveal?
Oh no, I have.
My disdain for the
Hold on.
technological parasite?
I know. On the back of my phones, I have these thingies, and I put them in microwaves. Even when I'm doing stuff, like that's the closest thing I have to a tearaway cage. So, I hear you on the 5G frequency, and I just got.
That's all I meant by it's a little weird seeing you and talking
I know.
at the same time.
I know, but now you got me started on my 5G EMF blocking technology,
Block
Curtis.
that,
You can't
block
send me
that,
on a wild
block that.
horse.
You do not want that.
We'll go into that later, though. No, but thank you. I always fold laundry usually when I'm on the phone with you, and we're talking about crazy ass shit. And I'm like, we just need to record one of these one day. So
Well, today's the day.
today's the day. No, we're going to be talking about a lot of things. We're going to be talking about MK Ultra, Manchurian Candidates, sci-fi coming to life, and CIA files that just pop up.
Yeah.
With-
Basically, just my daily life. Right?
Yes. Okay. So let's talk about how I met you and some of your background to give substance to what we're about to talk about. I met you, one of my shows you saw, and I always cover different types of ways, rumors around the internet, suppressed, laughed at cures, and they're usually around killing parasites and removing heavy metal. Two different things.
That's your gig.
That's my gig. So you heard me through there.
I hooked into that immediately and went, wait a minute. This explains a few things that I never really paid that much attention to.
You
So,
noticed some movement. So we got to
yeah.
talking months ago, and we've done several heavy metal. I mean, really, you've been my little test person. You will try so many different things, and you have seen a huge difference, because I only knew you when I first met you. We were working with like just health problems, and that has gone away, but we have other things we're working on. Can you go into that?
Yeah, no, it's not over. But yeah, I've been doing this for what? That was back in November when I started this. So this is, it's going on a year of trying everything under the sun. And I've tried everything.
Well, let's go back. Let's tell people
As
what you're like
know.
recovering from. You had a surgery. How long ago was your ear surgery, and what happened there, if you don't mind explaining?
Oh, okay. Well, I had a mass inside my head that they called an acoustic neuroma, which doesn't mean anything. It means, well, it's behind the ear and we don't know what it is. That's all that means.
Okay.
But if we don't take it out, it'll eventually kill you. I was getting dizzy. I mean, literally, I was driving one day and the street was up in the air. My vision turned completely upside down, 180 degrees, and then back. And I was like, yeah, I have to do something about this. That was bad.
What year was that?
But I tried every alternative method because I did not want to go for the surgery because it was going to leave me deaf in my left ear. And I knew that. And I was like, there's got to be another way. And I don't really trust surgery and all that stuff anyway. So I went on a year-long spiritual journey and healing of everything imaginable from from crystals, which work very well, to alchemy and everything else. I mean, I went on a heck of a journey before I finally had to go for the surgery. But I'm glad I went through that year because I really learned a lot.
Good.
So anyway, yeah, they had to go in and clean out what to me is just, it's got to be an implant. Of course, they wouldn't say that, but it was.
They won't tell you.
Some kind of an implant.
And okay, so like there was such weird things around like getting any info on what happened. You got the surgery, like
You want the story? Yeah. Is this what you're
like? Yeah, well, like I just like why you think it's an implant? Like I hear normies hearing that and they're like, okay, yeah, like no, they put you through the ringer for your own medical records. Like they wouldn't tell you what they did with you.
No, they wouldn't tell me.
No.
First of all, I was told by somebody who became a friend of mine, worked at the hospital, just kind of got to know her. She was friendly and it's, upon being admitted, she says, I don't know who you are, but you've got the top men in every field working on your case. There was 7 doctors. She says, all the way down to the anesthesiologist is the top ranked guy in the world. I mean, I had a team of about 7 or 8 doctors. And I was like, well, I guess that makes me feel good. But then afterwards, they said I could see the video of the operation. And then I said, at first I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to see it. And then after a day of recovering from surgery, I said, you know what, I want to see it. I said, oh, we'll see if we can track it down. Well, we can't find it. They probably taped over it. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
You've got 8 of the world's best doctors doing this one little auspicious surgery, and you're just going to tape over it. Sure.
Yeah. Totally. No, they made copies, triplets.
They just basically told me, I went to a general practitioner who was on the team, saw him one day after, and then he said, yeah, just, basically go have a nice life. No follow-ups, no get back to us. We want to do a series of follow-ups with you. No, just go have a nice life. Maybe get an MRI in a year. That's up to you. That's all they told me.
Well, I'm glad you're alive. So I always
Yeah.
try and do a.
But then, immediately afterwards, I began to recover so many memories. Oh my God. This
Yeah,
just
that was the weird
decades.
thing.
Huh?
That you were correct. What kind of memories were popping up that surprised you?
Oh,
Was it dream state or was it like your waking days and hours?
oh, wicked. Well, speaking of dream state, the very first day after the operation, I had a dream that I remember having when I was 8 years old, which is weird. It was like, I remember this dream. I was like 8 when I had that dream. That was very strange. I mean, who has a dream again from when they were 8?
That's weird.
And then
So,
I started remembering all sorts of things. Just, ooh, I totally forgot about that. Oh, I forgot about that.
mhm.
You know, and we're talking everything from alien stuff to being, tests and machinery and things that some of it was alien, some of it was probably not alien, and but there's still too many holes for me to put it all together and know exactly what's going on. But enough came forward. It was just like some of it was just like I can't believe I even forgot about this because it was so intense.
And that's what
But
trauma does. And trauma is such a big part of MK Ultra and all of this mind alter literally Stranger Things is just trauma makes us forget about things. So
yeah,
that's why they always involve trauma in these. And people, of course, think we're crazy conspiracy theorists. And it's like, first of all, everyone's experiences. Thank you for, first of all, coming on and sharing. And I'm sorry for if Fauci didn't already break every HIPAA law ever made. And if Maximus Group didn't already completely rip apart the HIPAA law, I would feel really bad. I'm like, tell me about your surgery. Let's just open it up there. So, first of all, thank you for explaining what happened because I hear similar, different little stories, not to this extreme. You're the most like, yeah, it's probably because you're in the industry. You live where you in Southern California, you're around so much weird stuff. And then I was speaking to you, and you and me share like the same story of being a kid. And were you in Southern California when you went to school, or where were you? Okay, so we both were in Southern California going to school, and like we have these dreams where they do funnel you into little programs. You might have done good on tests, you might have whatever the case is, and you go on field trips. And I don't remember anything from the field trip just leaving, but I always asked kids because I went to different schools because military, like I
yeah.
was always going to schools, and we would go to these new schools after California, and I'd be like, why don't you guys ever go on field trips? And everyone looked at me like, well, we do one a year. That's how much the school can afford. And I'm like, dude, I went on them like monthly, like, and I never understood why that was a thing. And I remember like going to the Getty, and like, I don't remember anything about the Getty, but I remember showing up there. So, yeah, these are part of the little signs that you see of targeted individuals. And this is where
Yeah.
some of that abduction experiences come in line.
Oh yeah, there's lots of stuff like that. Being in special classes that you can't remember anything about. Yeah, that was, it's still a big mystery. I was selected to be in a special class for, advanced type
Mm.
students. And I remember walking into the classroom first day and looking around and only seeing a couple other kids in there just going, that's it? There's only like 2 or 3 other students? And then literally my memory fades to black. And I don't remember anything. It's literally fades to black like in a movie. And my next memory is of the principal telling me, yeah, we've decided to cancel that program. You can go back to your regular class now.
Oh, that's so
And the
creepy.
weird thing about that is that school, I used to go to a different school, and then they transferred me to this school for the 4th grade.
Mine was in the 4th
And they
grade
said,
too.
yeah, and they said they were redrawing the district lines or whatever. But none of the other kids in my neighborhood went to that school, just me. And then they put me in this weird class that I can't remember anything about. And the principal treated me like I was some sort of royalty or something. And the first day, it was such an honor to have you coming to our school.
That's weird.
And then
So he
after
knew
that
something.
year, they redrew the district lines again, and now I go back to my regular school that I used to go to. Come on.
Wow. I mean, that's just like so. When I went, there were a lot of kids. It was a 30-person class. It was a special gifted needs. And then when I moved to a different school afterwards, I set the program, I think it was called gifted something, I don't know. And I set the program to my new school, like, I'm with these people. And they're like, we don't know what that is. And I'm like, you know, the classes. And they're like, we don't know what you're talking about. And then I got vaccine damage because my middle school immunizations, like, they shut down because kids are these new seeds that are coming into the world and they have so much light to them. So the first thing you have to do is strangle that out of them and give them depression and trauma and anxiety and really take over their pubescent stages. And that's when trauma and everything starts happening. So, shortly after those 4th grade classes, I went from being like this honor roll student to like, I had vaccine damage afterwards. So I didn't even like churn in my homework that I did the day before because I couldn't find it. That's literally what happens to these autistic kids. So we were targeted and it was fun. But we're going to get into some of the fiction that they're telling us through all this fun stuff. So I'll still hear your beautiful voice, but I'm not going to see your face. We're going to be looking on over at this heavy metal band. I'm going to play some. Is that okay? Do you think they're going to yell at me? These SNEW people?
No.
Okay, good. Oh, wait, are you there?
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, you probably should have played You're Freaking Me Out because I've actually got some bugs in that video.
Hold on. I had it up too. That's so freaking funny. Freaking me.
Did you ever see that video we did?
I watched you the whole, like, when I first met you, I just had you on the back. There we go. Is this live? I bet this is live. Hold on here.
Oh, yeah, that's a live video. There should be a category there.
I just saw it.
Music videos.
Okay.
Playlists.
I remember. Oh my god.
You're freaking me out. You're freaking me out. You freak me out. Stop what you're doing.
Ow!
freaking me out.
Ew, gross.
You're freaking me out. You freak me out.
Oh my God, I freaking love that. I can't believe we just watched. I'm sorry. I could watch these all day. Dude, that's so gross. That's funny though. Oh my God, beautiful editing.
You know, I talk about, disclosure and things. I mean, a lot of this
Yeah.
stuff is like from the 30s, 40s.
That's when they
I got some
kept
stuff
telling
in there
us.
that's like the earliest, known film. And I'm just finding all this stuff and I'm just throwing it in there because
No one else would see it. Like this art is censored and it's real life. Oh my gosh. All the Tartar pictures where it's these like you said, the 20s, 30s photos, and they're showing free energy and stuff. This is crazy.
it's all in there. And I don't know, I just felt that it was very appropriate for that song. You're freaking me out, which is it's about that, but it's also about the other side of it, like things that we're talking about that are actually going to help people.
Yes,
That's
we have to
freaking out
hear.
the other side.
I was gonna say exactly. Let's freak them out. It's we have the ball now. We got this. So if people want to follow you, I know you just started this little channel this summer and I love it. It's all of your videos driving around LA and that's dangerous. So thank you for putting your life on the line. Oh, that's awesome. So yeah.
You got to find a way to relax and let go and recharge your batteries, and music to me is the best way to do that. So
yeah, and I met you right after the 2020 whole fiasco and we were all cooped up then. So I saw you on Facebook making those videos. And
I started doing that. I took people on a couple of drives and we just, asked them for song suggestions, and I drive around and sing them, and people were saying, you have to keep doing this. So I was like, all right.
Well, it's
I
perfect.
will continue to do this until they lift, the whole
the mandates,
lockdowns and all that. And then it just kept going on, and I was like, what did I get myself into?
No, you did. So I love the categories you did. I mean, it fits the apocalypse so beautifully. It's really adorable. He goes over like if you want to like shout and have revolutions, you have literally every little category. It's been a fun time watching you.
Yeah. And of course, there's little messages in the music that I try and pull out that, you might catch, you might not. Doesn't matter. You can just listen.
Oh, it takes me a couple times
find
to
the little messages that are hidden in the music that
totally, and you get something new every time.
Yeah,
I love it, and I like how you brought that up. Perfect segue because when we're dealing, we'll get to the heavy metal bugs, but it's like, how do the heavy metal bugs have influence on the human body? And basically what we're talking about is witchcraft. Like there's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. And we know that subliminals can work it's one of those things that it's a positive or a negative. I have healing frequencies that I can listen to and they get rid of headaches within like 30 seconds of listening to it. And then you have like conspiracies that the music is unharmonized that we listen to nowadays. And something about what is it, 440 hertz versus 432 hertz, I think it is. And that little tiny unrhythmic, unharmonious like vibration does like horrible stuff to things.
I mean, it was changed. Yeah, what was it? 436? 440. Anyway, there was a natural resonance, and then wasn't the Nazis who changed it to 440?
Because it literally was in like 1940, like any music. So then there was this huge like cover up where people couldn't even get older music before then. Like they couldn't get.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. And this was very early forms of some of this MK Ultra we're talking about used through music.
Yeah. But, you know, if you resonate with it positively, it will not,
That's what I think.
alter you. Okay, I mean, we're all used to hearing music at 440, and
Mhm.
we've gotten right with it. It did not, maybe in the beginning, but we've adapted. I
Mhm.
would not be concerned about listening to modern music.
So many, that's a huge point. So many of the Gen Z and even young millennials are listening. They're not even listening to the new stuff that's been out for the past like 20 years. Everyone's listening to like the British invasion and Vietnam and 80s music. Like,
They are?
yeah, like on Spotify and stuff. Ever since 2020, like the amount of people listening to the 60s through 80s music has tripled more. Like it's almost as
That's
famous as
awesome.
it used to be. It's like these artists are getting a lot of like dividends
Good.
now. So that's awesome.
Yeah, well, it's about time because, the music that's being produced now is it's not even real. It's all just computer generated AI music.
Oh my gosh, I'm
That
gonna
is
show
not,
what
that
everyone
is
what you're
not
talking
music.
about.
I'm sorry.
They literally are using AI to make
Yeah,
a
AI is like, I heard one where they created a song in the style of the Beatles, and it actually sounds like the Beatles, but a Beatles
it's
song you
not the
never heard before
Beatles.
because a computer created it.
So this, what we're hearing is AI created, and they probably gave them a few different bands to listen to,
Yeah,
and they came up with that. And it's just like, okay, we don't even need human to make art anymore,
no,
apparently. And how long has this been happening?
yeah. This is the disturbing trend. They're just, and they can replicate the human form to where you think you're looking at a real person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, think about what's going to happen. There's not going to be any movie stars. They're going to like Humphrey Bogart is going to appear in a brand new movie, right? Marilyn Monroe is
Oh,
back.
they're
It
already
will
doing
look
that. I
like her
think
and it will
Tupac,
sound like her. I mean, that's
yeah,
disturbing.
Tupac has released more hits dead than he released live. So first of all, is
Oh
he
my
is he
God.
actually dead, or are they just making his AI sound basically?
Yeah. No, we have to reject AI.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I hear
Particularly
you.
when it comes to entertainment, because if it's not made by human beings, it's not going to resonate with you.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to mold, like programming is for real, you guys. If you think of it or not, your taxpayers went to paying for programming. So your tax paying dollars has gone to programming you, and it's very disturbing. And just knowing about it shouldn't scare you because we do have ways around it and to mitigate it. But we are going through just like how it was used and how it's out in the open and talked about as MK Ultra being a very real CIA project. So this is one of the ways it got to people. Also, what you said earlier, Curtis, the music, at least rock and roll, when I say this, it wasn't working as well as they wanted it to with like taking over people by brainwashing.
Yeah. Oh, that's
And
why it's
yeah,
now, unofficially dead.
exactly. And that's why it's so censored. If you listen to any of the, like, you have to go to a 60s, 70s, 80s station to listen to that type of music. You have to have your own playlists and stuff made because you can't just churn on the radio and listen to any good rock. It's the same
No.
like four songs
It's the
over and
same
over.
40 songs just played over and over and over. It's just like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and more
Exactly.
commercials than music. And then when you get to the music, it's like, oh, we just heard this song. What are you doing? Put on something else. And it always kills
Mm-hmm.
me when they have like somebody calls in with a request. And it's a request for the same songs they play every single day 200 times. This is
I'm
like,
sure they're recorded
sure,
requests.
you want
Like,
to hear that song.
yeah. Oh my God. No, I hear what you mean. And it's so funny because my dad was like a British invasion, like boomer baby. So we did call into stations and there used to be real stations even in the 90s, early 90s, where you would call in and like they play the
Yeah.
first like 5 seconds of a song and you could like win stuff. And it was a real art to music. And they would play these like one hit wonders from a certain year that you like literally haven't heard from that year. And I don't hear that anymore on any of the radio stations.
Yeah, no,
It's
that's all done. They, you know,
it's
they want to pigeonhole rock and roll, put it into a box, that's manageable for them.
Yeah.
But, I'm sorry, it doesn't make any business sense because there are billions and billions of rock fans out there. So from a business standpoint, there's a heck of a lot of money to be made. Why aren't you interested in that? Because it's not what they're interested in. It's not about profit.
Exactly. Yeah, it's over your soul, not profit. It's over your attention, I guess. And when we're talking about this, it's like, okay, why did I bring on a heavy metal? Why does someone from LA have to be one of the only people that understand this? And the reason why is like LA. I grew up in Antelope Valley, and that's where like aeronautical engineering has a huge part of history and like the right stuff. The people who first started doing all this like aerospace was doing it a large part in Southern California.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So like there's heavy Rosicrucian like museums that have their hands in the Air Force, and that goes into celebrities in Hollywood obtaining like impossible to get military bases.
Yeah, what is this?
Jared Leto. Okay, so then that makes you think 30 Seconds to Mars. Hello, that's literally sounds like a portal. And that's literally how long it would take if you're one of these secret space program kids going to Mars. And it's like, haha, joke, tongue in cheek.
Yeah. It was, they spill the beans about all these things. It's just, if you don't know what they're talking about, you don't see it.
Mm-hmm. And you sound crazy, or you're in a very small pigeonholed group if you do talk about it. And I have many people out there in LA in different huge industries, and it's just something that like everyone shares the same things, and we're trying to get the information out, which we'll get to at the end, of different ways to mitigate some of these things. But yeah, it's just crazy how in our faces it is, especially nowadays with Stranger Things.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't watched the new season. I don't want to.
It's not good. Like seriously, it's the kids are old and they could have explained it.
Good. And I know it's just going to be loaded with programming and
yeah. It is. It is. No, but the important stuff, which they covered in the early seasons of Stranger Things, is how they're getting through our children through abduction, but it's not like how we always thought abductions were necessarily. It's like through your dream state. And it's like they might abduct you once in your life, like physically, but then we were talking about the implants that are put into people, and like there's people from all over I've talked to that they can feel things in joints after a weird dream. And I've seen people with prick marks, and they send me pictures. Like I woke up with these 2 prick marks next to my eyes, and I heard a helicopter. It's always helicopters for a lot of people.
Helicopters.
Yeah, I don't know.
A lot of helicopters around here where I live.
Now where I am, because California moved into my backyard, I do too. I'm at the base of South Mountain where I've seen Phoenix lights like 4 or 5 times.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. No one, it was like the first time I saw them, I was on the I-10 going back home, and then no one was on the road except a cop was behind me. And I was like having to go to speed limit, and we both saw like 6 lights go into 4, go into 1. And we both went like over 100 miles. Like we just started booking it. He went in front of me and he just started like going 120. And I was like, okay, finally I can go at normal speed. But yeah, but that was confirmation. Like I wasn't the only one who saw it, because I was sleepy at the end of a shift or something. So that was really interesting. I've seen weird stuff in Phoenix.
Yeah, well, yeah, the Phoenix lights, of course.
Yeah.
Thousands of people saw that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still seeing things all the time. So
yeah.
I think, the media is starting to bring us some little drips and drabs of disclosure about things, and it's just like taking too long, but whatever. But they're doing it. They keep talking about space, and they keep talking. Well, the Artemis launch just got scrubbed, but supposedly that's going to give us a live feed from around the moon. We'll see.
Oh, I haven't heard much about that. Okay. But it's not going to happen now?
First rocket to the moon in all these years. Unmanned, but they're going to have a camera. It's going to be a live feed, and it's going to circle the moon and supposedly let us watch the entire time. So we shall see. But it got scrubbed. It was supposed to go launch this morning.
Oh, okay.
Some sort of problem with one of the engines.
And then they realized the moon's fake. No, I'm kidding. Oh, that's so funny. Why didn't they just like land on the moon and then use the telephone line that Nixon used to call Earth? Isn't that not still there?
Yeah.
Okay, I always want to tell people.
It's a whole other topic. I don't know if you want to go down that rabbit hole.
I want to talk about this little rabbit hole. And it goes very neatly with space and aeronautical engineering. MIT. When we always grew up thinking about robots, we thought of like human-sized robots, and I'm sure some of the very real humans among us are robots. And that's fine. But it's the little guys I want to talk about. And this little guy, I actually remember when I was like 13 in school, and they would show us like the morning news and Linda Ellerby, and they were like, look at what MIT is doing. They have this new surgery robot that's out, and it's going to help humanity so much because we can put it into heart disease patients and use it. And I remember that was 2003, and they didn't make this article until 2019, but they've had these graphene tools that can be used to go into our blood. So if it's for a surgery and it's helped people, then that's wonderful. It's been a tool used for the good, but I can imagine how it would be used for bad too. That is so cool. Okay, I'll take that out. Trying to remind myself.
So, again, we all have people in our family, as targeted individuals.
Exactly. That's why we have to target. Yes.
We're, basically given up by one of our family members who is in these programs.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, looking at that is like, oh, that's my grandfather's handiwork.
It's your cousin. Say hi, Curtis. No, I'm kidding. That's funny. But that's so crazy because these patents are made. They could have good uses, but they're sat on. Okay, I do want to bring it up there. Hold on. So let me make a note for myself. Okay, so one thing I do want to cover about these little devices are more or less the patents and the fact that MIT and you have specialized, usually elite schools. And do they pump out like the smartest people? Yes, because we have China in bed with us, and the kids' parents are like putting their everything at stake. These children are a chess piece through something much, much bigger, and they are it's really sad. But also what's happening, these universities are the only places that have labs and access to state-of-the-art equipment, state-of-the-art funding from all different types of people, and with open wallets. But the only problem with that is these kids who, sure, they might not be the smartest people on earth, but they are given the best schooling with the best procedures. And the problem is they make a invention that could save the world, be great, and they'll never see that invention come out in the light of the day. And what happens is these schools make hedge funds. And we're hearing a lot of talk right now about like reversing student debt. And what people don't realize is if we were to ask these schools that are holding the debt from us and ruining many people's lives, basically it all goes down to the stuff that these students do create will never see the light of day because hedge funds from schools just sit on the patents. So right then and there,
that's been the case. It's got nothing to do with now or what's happening with the current political climate. This has always been.
But yes, it's always
technologies, and they suppress them.
Yes, but what I'm saying that could be done today, instead of having a one way going, really, like instead of looking at student debt, if we look at, hey, if we all get into class action lawsuits, you can sue the schools into bankruptcy. When schools and hedge funds go into bankruptcy, they have to release their patents. So yes, it's always been done this way, but something that's never been done is to sue for the patents. And that's something that we could be having a conversation of, but everyone wants to talk about, I don't want to pay for your debts. I do want you to pay for my debts. And it's like the wrong way to look at it.
Well, yes, we need to get beyond all the political and financial stuff and just, evolve as a species, because these are the ways they manipulate us.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Money, politics, religion, every control mechanism that is our life, we need to put that down and evolve beyond it.
Exactly.
And right now, with all these technologies, they are trying to suppress the evolution that we are in the midst of, because
That's
we
true.
are evolving. Our basic frequency of the planet is rising, and it's going to change the consciousness of every human being there is. They're trying to suppress that, which is why these, exotic bits of technology are coming out into the public where they used to be in the background. You didn't know these things existed. Well, now they want you to know, because they have to assault you.
Yes.
They have to assault the entire species to prevent it from the evolutionary jump that is, it's can't be stopped, and we're already right there. We are right there.
That was beautifully put. Thank you. And it's true. That was a beautiful way to give hope. Like, yes, they are doing this. They're trying to get the okay, and we haven't given them the okay yet. And I know it feels like, especially for some of us who've been dealing with this in some way, shape, or form for literally decades upon decades, it feels like forever. But I do see the 100 monkey effect going into place, and I do genuinely feel people are waking up to this, which is a good thing.
Oh, they are. And we just, we need to stop criticizing each other.
Mm-hmm.
We need to stop pointing fingers. We know when we're being manipulated, and we just say, no, we don't allow it. We shift our focus and our intentions to more noble pursuits and just loving each other. I mean, that is the one thing you have that will protect you from everything. Because these forces that are at work here, there's no love involved. They do not. It just confounds them. So they try and replace it with fear.
That's true. That's their only weapon they have, and it works. I mean, we've seen since 2020.
The pissed off that we are, the more we are easily controlled.
That's our manipulation right there.
Exactly. You get distracted, you get disturbed, you get angry, you get pissed off. You start pointing the finger at these different political leaders or financial moguls or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, they don't care if you know who their henchmen are.
Yes.
They're perfectly willing to throw them under the bus.
That's true.
We're all spending our time looking at the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds, and guess what?
We're not going to know the names.
Yes. People who are really in charge of things,
you'll never know their name.
This is the face that, in case you get too close, they will throw them under the bus. So this is why pointing fingers and arguing over who's doing what to who is not really helping you, because you don't have all the facts and you're not going to get all the facts. So just raise your own vibration and feel what's really going on. Just it's an analog world, and they're trying to turn it into a digital one, but we are not digital.
Oh, that's a good way of putting it. No, I do love that. And when you work on yourselves, you do more work than like anyone can do joining a group and getting people together. Because what did they say on the plane? If the plane is going down, cover your mouth with oxygen so that you can even take care of your kid. So like take care of at home first, and then we'll start seeing, we'll at least make strong soldiers theoretically to help others. And in doing that, like you said, love, the EMF electromagnetic field is an actual measurable frequency that humans have. And with anger, it goes down. With appreciation and gratitude, it goes up. So literally that's right. Loving your enemy is the way to defeating them.
Only way.
It's the only way.
Your enemy and get them to leave you alone.
Love them. Don't hate them. Don't be scared of them. Don't run
If
away.
you want retribution, you want vengeance. Okay, now you're going back down to where they are, and the
Yes.
problem starts all over again.
And they
You
want
have to
you to
rise
think
above
that
it.
way.
And love is a frequency. It's very much similar to think of it as electricity.
Yes.
It's an
Yep.
energetic frequency. And part of the obfuscation of all things is to just turn love into a Hallmark card, right?
Yes,
Well, yeah, we
exactly.
got these special feelings for the people we care about, but it's something much greater than that. It is a frequency. It is an energy form, just like electricity. You know.
I know, yes. And when you're talking about that, it's so funny because so much of my research, I've had to learn a lot about. My husband is Bob the Builder. He's a general contractor, so he deals with a lot of tradesmen, and it's really fun to hear him go off about like helping the electric sub that needed some help, and like digging his brain of how just electrical conduit works. And there are literal parasitic drains on electricity, and it works. We're dealing with elements that humans have in their bodies. Earlier, you said crystals work, and yes, they do, because we have them in our bodies, we have them in our brains, we have them in our eyes to see. Just like how watches are analog watches, use them to use power and conduit stuff. We have a lot of natural conductive metals in us that should stay in us. So
Yes. I mean, all these things are in your body. I mean, you are an electrical being.
yeah.
You know, we generate electricity. We can't live without it. But there's, we're also multidimensional beings. There's, the metaphysical side of
hmm
what's going on with us. It's not just physical, but they work in tandem to create this experience of ours. And there are ways that we've been manipulated, but we're going to be getting beyond that very quickly. We're already getting beyond it, which is why what's going on out there is just so wacko. Oh my God. This is like, really? These things that they're putting before us are just one after the other. And I've never seen that before. This level of schizophrenia coming from, the politics and the media and everything, these mandates. It's just insane. But I've been waiting for this my whole life because I knew that
Yes.
this was coming, and this leads to the big shift. So I'm happy that all this is happening finally, because I've been waiting since I was 4 years old. I was first made aware of what was going to happen to the earth.
Oh, that is so
I've been waiting a
crazy.
long time for this to happen, and even though this is not the fun part, this is what I've been waiting for, because this gets to the fun part.
I know. And there was I was looking at my baby books, and my mom kept like little drawings I did at school or whatever. And I was going through like a 95 book, and this little tiny kid drawing sketch like falls out of the book, and it has just a bunch of my drawings of like daisies and like kid stuff. And then in the corner I drew a archon, like an alien head,
Yeah.
and then an ant with a worm next to it, and it said help me. And I was like, what? What? Like, that's I'll see if I can find it again. But it's like, yeah, I've been waiting on this for a long time. I was at least 4 or 5 when I drew this, so it's been in the back of my mind, but it didn't really come to the forefront. Like, I had a dream saying I would be doing what I'm doing now, probably late 2015, early 2016.
Mm.
So
Yeah. No,
I was a little more blind.
you came here for this purpose. I mean, you're fulfilling, your
Aw,
task. At
yep,
least,
it's true. You too, and
you're
we're all
wonderful right now.
same.
You're a very important part of this whole interplay between waking and being asleep. And part of that is getting these bugs out of you. It's
Yes.
which, I was amazed that I didn't know about this until I heard you talk about it.
But it's so funny because we all have heard about it. Once I start talking, everyone's
Yeah,
like,
I
oh,
know.
yeah,
But
like I guess. And then
they
it's
make it
just,
sound like, well, only in extreme cases or in certain
yeah.
parts of the world, They don't
My favorite is
figure
only
out.
1/5 or 1/4 of the people have parasites. No, you only check you can't check poop every day of the month for parasites. It's only going to be there 1/5 or 1/4 of the month when they're traveling freely outside of your biofilm, which is the full moon. So that's not even it. It's goes back to how to lie with statistics.
I know.
Yeah.
It's amazing how they tell us everything, but we just sort of brush it off like, oh, yeah, well, that doesn't apply to me.
I remember my mom in like 2004. I was like a mean little teenager and she was totally into parasites. Like she watched something, she was a nurse, she saw something. I don't know the full story, but she was like really against parasites there for a while. I'm like, you're weird. Oh my God, I can't. You're so embarrassing. I can't believe you're into this. But like during that same time on TLC and stuff, during like all those little shows and documentaries they did back in the
That
day.
show, Monsters Inside Me.
Oh,
You ever
okay.
see
Stuff
that?
like that. No.
Oh, yeah, it's all about this.
Oh
But
my God.
yeah, it's a whole series, and it's really gross.
And it's really
You think, oh,
gross.
that poor person, I mean, glad it's not me. Well, guess what? Turns out it is you too.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm looking up 5G. Whenever I see 5G, I think of pentagram because 5 is penta, G is a large G is gram, and that's how they control these demons as far as like the Testament of Solomon goes. But also the human itself is a pentagram. Like we don't believe in magic, but it doesn't matter if we do, they do, and they're using our bodies for it. They're using their parasites to our energy field for a reason because we are made a certain way that is wanted in the galaxy apparently. And yeah, we clean our animals monthly with dewormers. We're supposed to by our vets. They tell you to. We're supposed to clean our computers and our cell phones because it gets cache and like
I know.
viruses. So why don't we clean
That's
our
how they
cars
know
out?
us.
Why
Yeah.
don't we clean us out?
Yeah, I mean, you should deworm your dog, but no, you don't have to worry about
You
that.
don't have to worry about nah.
Yeah, no, you're worse than your dog.
And I do remember
But
growing
that's, of
up.
course, if we were all to get clean of parasites, the pharmaceutical companies would not be in business. So,
I think we might in our lifetime see that change. Something has to happen soon.
why do you think this is happening right now?
I know. I'm waiting for the
You're getting
revelations.
such a following. Why do you think this is spreading?
I know.
Happening,
I
and
know.
it's happening now because this is the time when that portal opens for us to
Yes.
become, the next evolution of human.
Exactly. I'm ready. I'm just trying to spell it out for people who, like I was saying with my mom earlier, they make it to where I also remember my mom watching during those times, little videos that would be like, oh, there's gifted children and those children might be able to read minds or like tell the future or know things, like just all the little things. And I remember her watching it and like watching a Travel Channel documentary or whatever it is. Watching it makes it seem like it's not happening to you. And it's like, oh, these people have it confirmed. This is what they're dealing
Yeah.
with. But like, no, it can't happen to you. It's just so interesting.
Yeah, well, that's a part of the whole mind control thing, and putting a screen in everybody's pocket that you never go anywhere without.
Yes,
I'm
black. And that
sorry.
goes into black
I'm
screen
sorry, but
technology.
you, my dear, and everybody watching this needs to ditch their cell phone.
Right after this, I'm fine with doing that. The only thing I do
You
it for
gotta
is
do
literal
it.
work.
I
I'm
know it's
fine with it.
difficult, and you can't imagine your life without one, but this is the
Hmm.
life they want you to have, and you don't want that life.
No, I hear you. I've been turning off my cell phones like Friday when my husband gets home for the weekend and not turning it on until Monday. And it feels wonderful. It really, really does.
I've
Uh,
never owned a cell phone. I never will. For one thing,
yeah.
it's just the radiation is just too strong for me. So I don't know how you guys stand it because
Burns my
literally
hands.
after holding a cell phone in my hand for 1 minute, it burns. I
I hear
forget
you.
putting it up to my head because then everything just gets screwy. So I don't know how you guys do it. Maybe it's frog in boiling water scenario where you don't see it.
There's some of us in the community that not me like frogs, but I like shungite. So let's just talk about that really, really quick. Me and my friends have spent a lot of money in EMF all the rumored EMF neutralizers or shields or whatever.
Yeah.
And my friend has like high grade actual EMF and RF readers, and she started like really getting into this and doing her own experiments at home when she got a house meter that all the cable companies are putting on the houses, and it's always like right by the master bedroom, and people are talking about this alone hacking your dreams. But the amount of RF radiation coming out of this that is measurable by these machines that anyone can buy, EMF, RF raters. And she was like rating everything. And oh my goodness. So we saw how people are letting these things into their homes, like to watch their babies, like video monitors. And we don't think anything of it. And like, it has as much, you are frying your kid while it's in the room, but you get to see him on the screen. And then you like, people don't realize
this.
They don't.
It's like we've been taught that, there's going to be all these futuristic things that we've seen in movies, and it's just like, oh, we're living in the future where I get to monitor my baby or whatever else from a distance. It's like, yay, it's the future.
Mm-mm.
And people don't, see beyond that, which they shouldn't have to. We should be able to live, in a Star Trek future, but it's
one day.
past the people who are actually messing with you hardcore.
Yes. So this helps people. I wanted to cover it really quick because, and this is only because I literally am with a very niche group of people from all around, and we have spent thousands of dollars for this product and this specific purpose. And I'm going to place up in the screen the only things that I have seen bring down EMF and RF on the frequency scales, like by a good amount. And it's this whole house EMF neutralizer that covers 5,000 square feet, but I have two in my 1,300 square foot house. So like these
one that you plug in the wall, because I have one of those.
Good. Yes. I thought I told you to get it. I tell everyone I freaking love it. I feel so good on it. It literally has clinical trials that it is making our blood unsticky and like making people's blood flow better. Where's that whole thing? It's really cool. And people, the way you know that this stuff works, and I know a lot of us in the community are sold just junk, even when it comes to detox and stuff. If you can still like use your Wi-Fi, you probably don't have a good EMF blocker. I have to literally unplug this little guy when I like right now when we went on our Zoom and I'm having to stream. I couldn't connect to the internet because this was blocking radiation signals.
Really?
Yeah, like it really works.
Yeah.
So
I've got mine in the bedroom, so
your place should be
maybe if I plugged it in my office, I would have that problem.
Yeah,
too.
mine's like 5 feet away where I usually plug it. And it's right next to the modem because I want that covered. So I think that's why. And then there's a couple other things my girlfriends have noticed to work too. And I'll put those up on the screen when I ask them. But we have talked about a bunch of scary stuff, Curtis. So let's close this out with a little bit of, if you don't mind talking, what you've noticed in the various type of heavy metal cleanses that we have gone through since meeting each other.
Okay. Well, do you have a list here? I've done an awful lot of things. If you could throw up a list, I could go, yeah, that one.
We did a lot of chelation and oxidizers. You have done a lot of that over the past year.
Oh, yeah.
And you did, I will say, like, first of all, there's two different types of healing that we talk about when we're talking about this stuff. You have the health organic stuff that like we have to deal with daily and your organs, your health. And then you have the metal aspect, which is a robotic influence in your body. So first with the health aspect, we did see a lot of tummy issues get healed after a few months. Is that correct?
Yeah. I mean, what brought this whole thing to me was the fact that I've had, IBS, and I've experienced that for years, and I've always looked for a way to get rid of that. And some things work, some things don't. And then when I heard your information about the parasites, I said, oh, of course, that's what it is. That has to be it. That totally makes sense. So, I got myself on. Well, I started off with the wormwood blend, black walnut and clove, and that definitely did a lot. Seeing things come out of me that's like, no way, things were in me. Oh, it's very freaky. And then I moved on to chlorine dioxide,
Mhm.
and I've been hitting them hard.
You hit them
I
so
went up to
hard.
45 drops,
Yeah.
which you say you've never seen anybody take that much. in one
Usually
time.
people stop at like 36 drops, and you
Yeah.
were texting me at 40, and I'm like, I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah,
I
no,
cannot go out for taking out a heavy metal rocker. That'd be
yeah,
bad.
I went up to 45.
Oh my God.
But, I didn't maintain that. I did that for about
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
And I don't know, it worked for me.
Good.
So, but I'm not like other people. So
Then you tried
I tend to
like
do
pine
things a little
products,
bit extreme.
terps,
Huh?
DMS. So you tried other stuff. You tried terps
I used
and
it with the MSO and
yeah.
what else? Turpentine.
Hmm.
Um, and what I
Oh,
find
sorry.
is
Hold on.
that each one of these things works on different types of bugs because I see different things come out that are like, oh, okay,
Good
so
point.
this
Yeah.
one works for this type and this one works for that type. And I'm not seeing any of them work across the board for all of them.
Yes,
So
you have to
at least
do
for
a
me, I
bunch
have
of
to mix
stuff.
it up and go chlorine dioxide or hydrogen peroxide, wormwood, um, turpentine. I've done it all.
Yeah.
As far as I know, I've done it all. And each one works for a different area. So I keep mixing it up.
Yeah, and that's what you have to do, people. I can't get complacent because the bugs learn that you're taking whatever, and it's literally war. Like this is actually a war happening inside of
That's
you.
the thing. Is like they know.
They know
So they get
they
used. They know they develop a tactic to hide
yeah,
from the chlorine dioxide. So now I got to come at them from the other side with a different one that they're not expecting, and then boom, I nail them. But then after a while, they go, okay, now we know how to deal with that one.
yep, they
And
literally
these
do.
crazy smart little bugs are just insane.
Well, then I mean, literally every talk that we've had up to now, like, are they just little bugs? Are they freaking robots that are being controlled by some mothership? And like, no wonder
Well,
they're like regenerating and like oh, it's so gross. It's gross. It's
well,
gross.
yeah. There are two different types that There've been the little metallic bots,
Yeah,
which I'm sorry, but I've held
there.
them up to a microscope, and they're
You
little
can see them.
metal machines.
You
I
can
wish
see
I
them.
had a better microscope so I could really get in there and look at the
I
serial numbers,
know.
but I got what I
No.
got, and they are not
Yeah.
organic. They're not. There's no way.
The lie,
They
and
come
I
out
have
of
to
my
be,
eyes, and they like cut my fingertips, and their wires attached.
yeah, they look, no one believes me, and I have to be very like politically correct and like scientifically correct and be like, well, technically, per science, this is stupid. They say that bugs are putting metal on their exoskeleton because so many people are seeing metal bugs that like the official whatever story reasoning is that the bugs are sticking aluminum and stuff to them as Velcro, like a barrier. I'm like, no, they're made of metal. Like they're just not. It's so funny.
Mm.
Whatever.
Well, yeah. See, because then I got the other type, which are very organic.
Yes, squishy bugs.
They're little worms, and it's
Yeah,
extremely,
yeah.
gross and worm-like. And yes, they're in there, and they suck.
They come out of your
Literally suck the blood
nose
out of
and
my
your
head. I
skin and
hate
your
that.
eyes and your ass. They come out of everywhere.
Everywhere.
So
So
yeah,
yeah, you've got the natural worm bugs, and then you've
organic.
got the robotic whatever. I don't know because I
Yeah.
can only assume what they
Yes.
may or may not be doing, but they are in me and they're coming out. And then you got the worms, and those guys. It's so disturbing
I
seeing them
know.
come out of my head.
Yes. That was
I've gotten
probably the
used to it,
grossest
but it's
part.
still disturbing. This has been
That's the grossest part. Most people text me and like take breaks at is when it starts coming. Because yes, when everyone gets started, you see a lot of stuff in the toilet, or you see rashes on your body, and you'll take baths, and yes, you will see the little metal critters floating. Yes, all that. Yes, but like what happens also is all the bugs like go to your sinuses and they hide out there. So when you do start killing them and use things, it like they come out, and it's so gross. Some of them come out of your lungs. I was a smoker, so like, and I didn't have good cigarettes. I was like on the cheap ass stuff for like whenever I was a smoker. So I just had stuff coming out of my lungs, and I do believe I healed myself. Like my lungs feel fantastic afterwards, but not during the purge. It was disgusting, and that was the grossest part.
Yeah, when that stuff's coming out of you, it's really, disturbing and uncomfortable. I didn't have too many really bad adverse reactions, the Herxmeyer reaction, the nausea and all that stuff. But I know other people do.
Yeah.
But having these things come out of you is just disturbing as can be. And yeah, and now I think my body's pretty clean.
Good.
But the ones that are left rush to my head. And
that makes sense.
They come out of my nose, and this is no, this has got to stop.
Shrek would say better out than in.
Noise inside my head. They rattle around in there. They won't let me sleep sometimes. It's not good. It's got to stop.
And we are trying all we can. So if anyone knows of a good ozone machine, or if anyone watching this knows of something that we didn't mention today for a cure, write it down.
It's the one thing I haven't tried yet, and I'm dying to give that a try because
what we're talking about is ozone in the ears. There's a ear ozone treatment,
or the nasal cavity.
Yeah,
I've heard some amazing results from doing that.
We just need to find someone.
You got to find someone,
or a good machine.
Anybody in my area?
I do have someone in my area, but they're like on a 6-month backlog because they're so well known. So it's like, I know.
But I'm wondering if I get one of those machines.
In theory, yes. I just don't know the mixing. So again, if anyone watching this knows how to use ozone ear ratios, like hit us up. Let us know.
Yeah, because I sent you the link to that machine. It's got
I don't know if it works though. I'll show it on the
water and make ozone water. But what if you just took that tube and I put it in my ear?
I think so. I mean, I don't know.
You can
try it
out if you want.
But still, it's funny. They were funny. Oh my God, Curtis! Thank you so much.
We didn't talk about the movies.
No, well, I went through them quickly. I know. I liked where our organic conversation
I had
went.
to watch those wonderful movies.
Let's. I'm gonna put this
pieces of cinema.
He's laughing at me because the one I made him. Okay, this is the reason why I went with the cheap, funny one, and I'll put it up on the screen while we're talking about it right now. But basically, I wanted to explain Puppet Masters and use free stock footage, and of course, there's this like 1954 movie called The Brain Eaters, and it's cinematic, like artistry at its finest. But it's free to use. So I'm going to be putting the video up here on Post Edit. And I think they use like very obviously pipe cleaners as their alien form. It's beautiful.
Black blobs with pipe cleaners coming out of them.
Yes.
Actually, it does resemble what they actually look like. So, I mean, it wasn't that...
So I made him watch this, and it's like, yeah, that's literally what every Parasite movie's about. I'm like, I know, but this is the one that I'm going to be able to show for free. So basically, it's this story that is, told over and over again, and it's alien parasites come down, and it's interesting how they take over.
They said they came up from the Earth, Middle Earth, right?
Yes, that's why I liked it.
At first, they thought it came from outer space.
Yes.
Like, no, this is coming from inside the Earth.
They realized, like with dirt sand, that's like a very interesting part because Lair of the White Worm is another 80s like horror film, and it's a worm that came from the Earth and was taking over humans in the village the same exact way that these parasites do, and it turns them into a cold-blooded drinker of blood, and it takes over the community by getting into like literally the trades. And this is where the Mason things we have to be worried about, because yes, ideally, if you were to take over a nation, you would go through cutting off the resources, making sure that no kids know how to run a society without plumbers or air conditioning guys, and you bury yourself in the trades and in the police department, in the fire department, in the political structures. So you literally have politicians that could be have an ass bug and a Manchurian candidate.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like life as we know it. But yeah, no. Yeah, did you ever get to watch the series The Strain?
Everyone's asking me. No. Okay. I have
Oh, you
done.
gotta see it.
I know. No.
Everything that we're talking about.
No. Okay.
Put into a series, and then
Yes.
in the series they go through a pandemic that looks just like what's actually happened.
So I spark noted it, and I read the synopsis of each and every episode after like a million people told me.
No,
So
you gotta see it.
I know. I just don't have time. There's so many things that are on my list to see,
But you're
Curtis.
gonna make me watch old sci-fi movies that are
Watch.
just like,
Okay.
really?
One way I told you to watch 100 minutes of something. You're asking me to like put a week aside. I know I'll love The Strain, and I'll have you back when I do watch it, and we'll go through The Strain. I'll have you back. That'll be fun.
Okay.
Oh my God, that's so funny. No, but I know it's going to be good. Thank you so much, Curtis. Is there anything else you wanted to cover in this bug episode?
Well, how much more time do we have?
I'm going to start calling it. It's a late night for me. And you and me have phone numbers, and now you have Zoom, and you know how to Zoom, and we can do this very soon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that how that
You're
works?
yeah, you can welcome on this channel.
Zoom you?
You're a Zoomer.
Zoom me.
I love it.
No, this is great.
Thank you.
No, I had fun. And we covered some pertinent stuff. We just barely, touched the tip of the iceberg here with all this.
Oh, yeah.
But you were doing, gangbusters on your own. So keep it up.
Thank you. Oh, I'm so excited to have fun people along this journey. And you're teaching me so much. And thank you for being so open with your experiences.
That's a very important thing to say. Have fun.
Have fun.
Okay?
Do it with a smile.
Get your yayas out somehow, because this frustration is only lowering your frequency. You don't want that. We'll deal with it. Go have some fun. Come back fresh and powerful. Yeah. And then, find solutions, because if you do that, you will find solutions.
Yes. And the fear will never
take it seriously, and it's
don't take it seriously.
It means that you got to clear your auric field.
Yes.
And that's through music and laughter and fun and all that.
Dance. Get your body moving, people.
Yes, absolutely.
That's
flow. Really the whole reason I do that drive around town thing is so that you could just push all the rest out, bring your energy up, have fun, and then go back and deal with the salt that we're all dealing with. But
I'm going to LA.
Do it, right?
I'm going to your neck of the woods for my birthday, like in a month and a half. So I would love to join you in a little car ride if you want to do it. And I could think of a couple songs like Crawling in My Skin that have to do with bugs in the skin.
Yeah.
And it would be really fun.
Awesome. All right.
That'd be cool. I'm always thinking that when I'm playing, I'm like, oh, what songs do I want to sing with Curtis? I'll make you drive me around. I'll pay for gas. I know it's crazy right now. Fuck Biden. We'll figure it out. All right, darling. All right. Thank you so much for joining.
Love you.
I love you. All right, talk to you later.
All right.
I got to take a picture.